Today I'm showing you my homemade paracord tying jig. I made this out of just a scrap piece of wood, a piece of pine, and it's very simple and will help you in your paracord bracelet or whatever you're making tying projects. It's basically, obviously, again, just a piece of wood, and which on one end I put a wood screw through. Although, thinking about it, though you can take this off, you should cut off, if you want to use a wood screw, you need to cut off the head. And then down to the other side, I had a bolt, nut, and lock washer. And the only reason I used two different sizes is because that's all that I had, and I didn't want to go out and buy something or take time to look for things. So, basically what you do on this end is that you cut a hole down the length of your board, and this will adjust for different sizes. Of course, you need to make sure that you don't cut too large of a hole or your bolt will go through, which I got it a little bit large here. And also what you need to do is that you need to recess your bolt, and you could do this all with a router, and I should have, but I didn't. I did this with a scroll saw. I just cut kind of a sloppy section out there and then flipped it over and ran my saw blade this way and then back out towards me to make the recess. But it still allows my bolt to slide backwards and forwards, and I'll show you here. Actually, take this off so you have your bolt that slides really nicely. And then once you get your cord set up, you take your cord. I've never been good at demonstrating things while looking through a viewfinder, so bear with me. Take your cord and you bring your bolt up. And stretch it over there, and then you need to tighten down the nut. And again, you need to use a lock washer because that helps hold the tension on the nut so it doesn't back off easily. And that's basically it. Then you're ready to start tying your knot, and it's very simple, very handy to use. Once you get down to the end here, you can slip this off and then tie the rest of it up, so you don't have to think about trying to go around this big bolt, which would never work to begin with. Another thing that you ought to think about is this right here. It is a piece of cloth. It's made for router. It's called a router pad cloth, and it's a non-slip surface, and you can buy these in a big roll. And I just cut a sheet of it just to fit my board and just lay it down here, and then take your piece, and you actually cannot physically, well, you could very hard move it across, but it's very hard to do. So when you're working with your hands, it doesn't go sliding everywhere, especially if you're working on a hard surface. And that's basically it. If you're new to cord tying, it's probably not a good idea to follow my video because I'm still new to it too, but you basically just take your knot and kind of make a P out of it like that, and bring this side over and then back under and pull your excess through. And I just did it wrong because, like I said, I can't describe things and video at the same time. So let's try that again. Make that a P. Bring this over. And under. And then you have something that looks like that. Looks kind of like a pretzel knot. And then you pull up the slack. And then you make your nice little weave like that. Very easy to do. And actually the jig is very easy to make too, and it's very inexpensive. Another thing I want to mention is I've got this little cross here, and again, I'm new to making these paracord bracelets. But I found this at Michael's, and it's actually a brad. It has like a little brad like you'd close an envelope with. And so I think what I can do is I can place it through the cord, and then on the underside bend it out, and then maybe glue it. I didn't really find anything that I wanted that had hooks on it that I could weave into it. So that might be an idea that you might want to try. If you'd like, give me some feedback. I'm not the best explainer in the world, but I think this works pretty well. And make one of your own. Enjoy. Well, the weaving is finally done, and here is the finished product. Nice bracelet. Fits a little tight, but I'd rather have it fit tight than loose. And my cross idea worked, except for the fact that my Celtic cross, which I really like, was just a tad bit too big for my taste. It just hung over a little bit too much. So I have this smaller one that I got in this package from Michael's. And I like crosses. Jesus died on a cross for our sins. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes on him should not perish but have everlasting life." And I believe that with all my heart. And I trust you do too. He's the forgiver of men's sins. And Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me." So crosses are special, not just something that you wear. Again, very simple weave. Oh, and this, all I did is push it together and push the brad through, folded it over, made a really nice little piece there. Probably need to shave off a little bit. And so this is kind of a first for me. I normally make wooden pins, and this is a pin that I made here out of maple and walnut, and it's got a little burr, or not a burr, but a knot in it, which I thought made it kind of cool. And then this is a walnut inlay, and so this is what I enjoy making. So a little bit of a departure from the norm for me. And again, this bracelet was made on this handy little jig, very inexpensive. In fact, this one was free, and you could probably make this for about $2, maybe $3. Have a blessed day. Thank you.